This is the Bourbon Recruit. I'm going to review some local bourbon, to me at least, down here in Cleveland, Ohio. This is the Western Reserve 10-year. Went and saw the distillery yesterday. Actually opened up in my hometown a couple years after I graduated high school. Hadn't heard about them until recently, and I was like, go check them out. Really small place, but fantastic. Everything I tasted was good, and I was like, you know what, I want to take home the 10-year and really try it in a setting that would be a lot easier than drinking a bunch of bourbon and whiskey and not being able to taste everything. So, fresh crack on the bottle. Smells a little oaky. I'm not getting a lot of sweetness off of it, which, I mean, it's a 10-year. A little bit of leather, which is not uncommon with older whiskey. Now, I was told that they do source their grain from Canada, which was unaware. It's the same kind of stuff that is used in Crown Royal. I mean, it smells fantastic. I mean, it's 10-year bourbon. It's a little bit of heat. This is about 118 proof. This is barrel strength. They do have an 8-year single barrel, a 4-year single barrel, a 4-year small batch, and I did try. They had a 20-year sherry cask whiskey. It was pretty good. The 18-year, not a fan, surprisingly enough. Was the only thing I didn't like. Well, and their high wheat whiskey. I love wheaters when it comes to bourbon, but once it gets into that higher territory, I'm just not a fan. Yeah, I'm getting all that oak, all that leather. Getting that nice Kentucky hug from, I guess I should say Ohio hug, since it's made in Ohio, bordering Kentucky, but this is fantastic. I mean, for a price tag of $80, I mean, it's a bit steep. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's not worth the price. I mean, there's nothing wrong with checking out some craft bourbon and trying the local stuff. Anytime you're in Ohio, I highly recommend stopping by and doing a tour. Relatively cheap, quick tour. You get to sample 4 things. I went with my fiance. She's not a bourbon drinker, not a whiskey drinker. She tried the añejo. They do have añejo. The master distiller described themselves as a tequila distiller with a bourbon and vodka problem, which is a good problem to have, if you ask me. Yeah, definitely a fan. I don't know if this is something I'm going to be sipping on regularly. It's not something that I'm going to probably keep on my shelf, all the time, but it is definitely something I'm happy I tried. Nothing wrong with checking out local craft whiskey. Yeah. Cheers.